Hello. So, as I get my camera adjusted, want to go over how to get started on lesson 5, the Desmos activity for Wednesday and Thursday. So, not October, it's December 2nd and 3rd. Lesson 5 involves what we're going to call combining like terms. Now, normally in the other videos, I've written on this screen right here, but my computer is not being very cooperative. My one mouse button is stuck down, so I am going to go ahead and use paper. A lot of people are finding it's actually easier to write it out on paper than on the computer screen. And to turn it in, you would just take a picture of your paper and submit that in the Dropbox and Echo instead of a screenshot. Your choice. But let's start. I'm going to go over the first 3 slides, slides 1, 2, and 3. So this is slide 1, and you can see it on the left side of the screen. The equation for slide 1 says 3x plus 1 plus 2x plus 1 equals 2 plus 10. And here's how this works. The idea of combining like terms means organizing it before you start solving. So if I have this equal sign here, keep in mind it's really important that you're able to keep the 2 sides of the equation separated. Over here on the right side, I have 2 terms. There's 2 things, 2 plus 10. No variables or anything. That means exactly what I said. If I read that to myself, 2 plus 10, I know that 2 plus 10 gives me 12. So I'm rewriting this 2 plus 10 as a 12. Now I come over and organize this side. The left side has 3x plus 1 plus 2x plus 1. This is 4 terms, term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4. There's 4 different things on this side. To make this less intimidating, I'm going to kind of group together the similar terms. This 3x right here is going to get grouped together with this plus 2x. They both have a variable. They're on the same side of the equal sign, same variable. I can put those together. I say in my head 3x plus 2x. Well, 3 plus 2 is 5. That means that these 2 condense together to a 5x. So I can get rid of them now. As I look at the rest of my equation, I see what I have left is a plus 1 and a plus 1. No variables or anything. I know from kindergarten, 1 plus 1 becomes a plus 2. I've taken that long-looking equation and I've reorganized it. This looks a lot less intimidating. 5x plus 2 equals 12. 2-step equation. No x's over here, so I don't have x's to remove. I need to get the 5x by itself, which means I have to move this 2. In front of it is an addition, so to move it, I need to make it 0. Only way to make it 0 is to undo that addition with the opposite operation, inverse, which is subtraction. So plus 2 minus 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. Remember, this is an equation. Whatever I do on the left, I have to do the exact same thing on the right. 12 minus 2 is 10. Bring down my 5x because it's still there. Now, some people still get stuck right here. Remember, this 5x is the same thing as 5 times x. How do I undo multiplication? Well, the only operation to undo multiplication is with division. In algebra, we show division by making a fraction. So I'm going to divide both sides by the 5. That leaves me with an x over here, and 10 divided by 5 gives me 2. So now on your Desmos screen, in the other activities in the box, you have had to actually type out the steps in words. You don't have to do that now. If you choose to write all of your work on the screen here, that's fine. Make sure you have all of this included so I can see your work. The only thing you would have to type in this box is the answer of x equals 2. Now, if you don't use the Desmos screen to show your work and you do it on paper, take a picture of this. That way you've got it to turn into Echo if you need it. If you don't do it on paper and you don't do it on the screen and the only thing you turn in is x equals 2, I'm giving you a 0 because you did not show any of your work. If you don't have any work to show here, where you don't have any work to show here, then you have to actually write out the steps in words in this box. Up to you. You've got a couple different ways to turn in your work, but you have to have work or you don't get credit. All right, let's go to slide 2. Here's our equation for slide 2. We've got x plus 3x minus an x equals 21. Now, for this one, nothing to reorganize over here. So I'm just going to bring it down. There's nothing else to do. On this side, though, I have an x, 3x, and another x. For some people, they don't like it. That doesn't make sense when there's no number here. But we know how many x's is that? Well, it's a 1. Algebra, they don't write the 1 because it's assumed. If your brain needs to see the 1 right now, put it in. Same thing over here. Now, don't get all happy and think that it's going to be 5x. If you put these together and get 5x, you got my favorite wrong answer. Listen carefully as I read it. 1x plus 3x. Yes, that's 4x. Duh, Mrs. Lease, I know. Except 4x minus 1x. 4 minus 1 is not 5. 4 minus 1 gives you 3x. So you have to be very careful. Start watching those signs. So now I don't have any other numbers. I'm down to 3x equals 21. I undo that multiplication, just like before with division. 21 divided by 3, x equals 7. Very good. You either have to have your work shown on paper, have to have your work shown here, but the only thing you have to type in that box, if you show your work, is the x equals 7. All right, one more example. Here is slide 3. 17 equals 4x minus x plus 2. I don't know if you're like me at all, but I hated it when they would write the answer first. If you don't like that, you have the power to change that. I can take this equals 17 off. And I have to keep it on the equation, but I can choose where I want it to go. I can move it over here so that it actually looks like an equation I'm used to seeing. If you want to do that, you are more than welcome. You have the power. So, nothing to do with that 17. It still comes down. As I look, I've got 4x minus 1x plus 2. I can put these together. This is where, for some people, it's going to be helpful to read it to yourself out loud. 4x minus 1x. 4 minus 1. That becomes 3x's. Those are gone. I'm still left with this plus 2. There's no other numbers. So I'm going to bring that plus 2 down. That equation has now turned into this two-step equation. Much simpler to look at, much simpler to solve. No more x's except right here. So now I need to get this 3x alone, which means I have to move the 2. In front of it is addition. I undo addition with the opposite operation or inverse, which is subtraction. So I'm going to take the 2 away. Plus 2 minus 2 is 0, which is good. But don't forget, whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. 17 minus 2 is 15. Didn't touch that 3x yet, so it gets brought down. And now we're back where we were. 3 times x equals 15. Undo multiplication with division. So 15 divided by 3, x equals 5. So that's the basic gist. Need to speak right, Mrs. Lease. That's how you're going to do these. If you're watching this video today on December 2nd of 2020, your assignment today is to get slides 1 through 5 done. I already did slides 1, 2, and 3 with you. Do slides 4 and 5. Tomorrow, which is going to be December 3rd, we're going to finish it. But if you want to work ahead, go ahead. I will see you in class. Have a wonderful day.